G'day everyone, welcome to the channel. I am just recovering from being bloody sick for the last week. Just being able to talk now, but I'm still cooked as anything. But today we're doing a collection showcase, episode 2. Now, I was actually going to push this one back, but I wrote everything about this collection showcase because it's a big collection. And I did a lot of research, and everything that I worked on actually got deleted. So I was like, you know what, screw this. Let me just get this out of the way, put everything down again on paper, and here we go. So the person who sent me this showcase request, he actually wanted me to keep him anonymous. So for the purpose of this showcase, I'll just call him Bruv. So Bruv is in his 30s and started collecting 8 years ago. So Bruv used to live here in Australia, but has since moved overseas. Because of anonymity, I don't want to say where he's currently living, so that's his business. Now, Bruv runs his own business, and look, he didn't give me any names on this collection. He just gave me a picture as well as the order in which he got the watches. So I had to use AI to scan and tell me exactly what these watches were. So in the order of acquisition, his watches are number 1, the Frederick Constance Moonface Quartz, probably got it in 2016, if it's 8 years ago. Number 2, a vintage Omega Constellation Pie-Pan. Number 3, a Tudor Black Bay 58 Navy, that's a good one. Number 4, Cartier Santos, the Cartier Large Silver Dial, that's a good one. Number 5, a Trilobe Nuit Fantastique in stainless steel black. That's an interesting one, actually. Number 6, Casio F91W, standard. Seiko 5, number 7, Seiko 5 Aviator SRPH 29K1, standard beater. Number 8, Grand Seiko Shunbun SBGA 413, it's a tick of approval, I like that. Number 9, an Atowak Tarantula Sapphire Blue from Hong Kong. Okay, that's an interesting one. Number 10, a Christopher Ward Belcanto Rose on strap. And number 11, a Omega Speedmaster Tokyo Edition. Straight off the bat, the core collection, so what I would say is the pick of the bunch, my favorite picks in your collection are, number 1, the Tudor Black Bay 58. So that fits your diver role. You can't go wrong with a Tudor Black Bay 58. Wristwatch check, I'm actually wearing the Black Bay 54, and I used to own the exact same watch as you, the blue 58, and they're great. They're affordable diver. You can't really go wrong with them. So that, keep in your collection. You don't actually even need to get another diver with that piece. So you're pretty much done. You can, but you're sorted for the diver. Number 2, your Cartier Santos Large. Great piece. It's a classic design. You can dress it up, dress it down. Comes with a leather strap. It's a true go anywhere, do anything piece. I myself got the Santos Medium. Look, you can't go wrong with it, and it kind of fits the aviator niche in your collection, right? So that's a good one. Number 3, this is an interesting one, the Trilobe Nuit Fantastique. So I had no clue as to what this watch was. I was scratching my head thinking to myself, well, what the hell is this? And look, I did some actual research in your pieces, and the more I looked into it, the more interested I became in this. It's a fantastic dress piece, and it's not cheap. This goes for about 15k Aussie dollars, so it's not cheap at all. It's a French brand, Swiss-made watch, started in 2018. So I learned something new looking through your collection. I'm always constantly learning. And this is the beautiful thing about collecting as well, is that you might see something that someone else has, have no idea what it is, and then you start learning about it. You're like, oh, if you know, you know. This watch is a if you know, you know kind of piece here. It's bougie as shit. It's pretty expensive for what it is, but the way you tell the time, because this is very complicated, but simple at the same time for a dress watch, that's what makes it interesting and beautiful. So the Trilobe logo on the top points to the hour on the outer chapter ring, and then the middle smaller ring is your minutes, and then the larger ring underneath it with the guilloche detailing in the center, that's the seconds hand. So it's kind of like a circle in a circle with another circle, and it's bougie as F. So as a dress piece, I really like that watch of yours. I think that's a bloody good pick. Yeah, man, that's a good one. It's a good one. So I don't want to cream all over that one there, but it's a good piece. I like it. The next one is the Grand Seiko Shunbun. I'm a Grand Seiko lover. I absolutely love Grand Seiko. So I'd happily get myself a Shunbun, but I got too many light dial watches for what it is. I need to start going to the darker end, darker dials. So, but Grand Seiko Shunbun, love it. You can rotate that with the Santos as well, right? So you got the Shunbun, the Santos, you can kind of interchange them so you don't mess one up if you wear one more. Good pick. And the final two, the Omega Speedmaster Tokyo. I really like that piece, even though it's on the previous gen bracelet, which is inferior to the new one. It's still fine. It's a good piece. You can actually get the new bracelet if you wanted to. It fits. And it has that micro adjustment, but they're expensive. So as is, completely fine. White dial, red bezel. So yeah, it's a great one. It's a great chrono piece. Fits the chrono, so you're all good. And finally, the Omega Constellation, the Pan, the vintage piece. So I myself, I'm not into vintage stuff. Maybe in the future I might get into the vintage. Just right now, I'm not into it. So it's a keeper. There's nothing wrong with it. Dress watch. I wouldn't personally wear it often because it might disintegrate as soon as you hold it. So whatever. Now, this collection here, it fucking slaps, right? Like if you just kept this collection, in all honesty, I think you'd just be fine with it. Like you'll be happy as a collection, just the way that is, a 6-piece feed. Anyone would be happy with that collection, in all honesty. You don't need any more. And if you add the beaters as well in the collection, so the Casio and the Seiko 5, those are good beaters. Beater is good to have. So your Casio F91, Seiko 5, whatever. They're just, keep them in the collection if you want or get rid of them, it doesn't matter. Now, these next two watches, one of them I don't mind it. The other one I tried to like, but I fucking hate it. Sorry to say, I just fucking hate it. Now, the Christopher Ward Bel Canto. So the Christopher Ward Bel Canto, that one, it's cool, I like it. I don't mind it as well. I did a lot of research on these pieces as well, and I get it, it's fun. It's a good palette cleanser, and I actually want to get something similar of a palette cleanser myself. So the thing I like about this Christopher Ward is you can dress it up, you can dress it down. It doesn't seem too wacky and out of place. Like when someone sees it, they'll be intrigued. They're like, oh, what's that? And like, oh, it's a Bel Canto. What's a Bel Canto? And you can just, waffle on about it. And you can get it on a bracelet, you can put it on a strap. And it looks elegant, so I get it, it's fine. It's within what I would perceive as acceptable in different occasions. So fucking kudos to you. The one I don't like is the Atowak Tarantula Sapphire Blue. I've watched a couple of videos on this from Watchfinder, Random Rob, Watch Geek, and all of them say it feels premium, which that's fine, it's whatever. The price point of it is about 3.5 Aussie, so 3,500, 3,400 Aussie dollars. And it's just not for me, it's not my style, it's not my taste. It fits within that hyperwatch category. So we're talking Roger Dubois, Jacob & Co, Ulysses Nardine, and Hublot for that factor. And it's just not my styles. And I guess that's what watch collecting is all about. You buy stuff because you like it yourself. And for you, there is no hype behind this piece. Yep, it's limited to 500 pieces, but that doesn't mean anything. No one gives a shit. And this is your thing, right? Like, I could hate it, but it doesn't mean I need to like it. I don't need to like everything that you like, right? It's all a personal choice. And look, you buying this tells me that you're not short of $1. Because if you can part with $3,500 for something like this, you're gonna take this watch to the grave because you're not gonna resell it. Because if you do resell it, you're gonna get slaughtered. And it's gonna be a hard thing, a hard time to find someone who actually wants this because it's a very niche watch. And look, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying the watch is shit, I just don't like it, right? And it's because it's that hyper watch aesthetic. I'm just not into that, Richard Mille look. And for $3,500, I'd prefer to save that myself to buy something else. Like for $3,500, you can get yourself a Tudor Pro. I like the Tudor Pro, it's a GMT. You need a GMT in your collection. I would have just gotten a Tudor Pro myself, but that's not my collection, it's your collection. And I get it, I get the whole aesthetic, that look, the functionality of the Atowak, more power to ya. And let's move on from that because I don't want to ramble on anymore about that watch. Now, For me, this collection is pretty complete. The final watch I haven't mentioned is the Frederick Constant. I'd just get rid of that. I'd move it on, give it away. I wouldn't even bother reselling it, just give it away. And it's the first watch you bought. If someone gifted it to you, so if it's a sentimental piece, like a gift from a loved one, obviously keep it, don't listen to what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, looking at your collection, how you've evolved and grown. Like, you're a business owner now, you're in your 30s, right? You're doing big boy things. You've outgrown it. Like, for myself, I've gotten rid of my first watch. Even my first luxury watch, I've gotten rid of it because it just doesn't fit my collection anymore. And yeah, this piece here, Moonphase Quartz, your first one. But in all honesty, with your other heavy hitters there, like with your core collection, I don't see a point in keeping it. In all honesty, you're just going to end up wearing it for the sake of wearing it. And you have other great pieces here. Dress watch, you got the Trilobe. You can put the Cartier on the strap if you wanted to. You've got the Constellation, so you're not short of a dress watch. And even in dressy occasions, you could wear a Shunbun, the Grand Seiko. You could wear other things, right? Like, you're not necessarily forced to wear a leather strap watch with a Moonphase. And from a Moonphase perspective, I mean, do you really need to know when the moon's full? Like, there's no reason to keep it other just for the sake of keeping it. I would personally get rid of it to make room for your final grail. And Bruv said in the email he sent me, is the next piece he wants is a Lang & Son Zeitwerks minute repeater, which goes for about fucking 100k Aussie dollars. You can actually get this piece. I was actually evaluating your watches, and I was kind of estimating, okay, what's the value of it? And you've been collecting for 8 years. On the tail end of that collecting journey of yours, you started your business, I'm assuming, so you ended up buying a lot of these more expensive pieces. His collection is sitting about like 50, 60k Aussie dollars as a valuation. And you know what? It's not out of the realm of possibility. You could get this in the not near future, but I mean, when you're in your 40s, you can get this. So you just have to discipline yourself to not buy any more fucking Atowaks, really. If you stop buying Atowaks and things of that nature, you could get it. That's, I guess that's kind of my advice to you, is you could get it. You could just hold off. But as an alternative, you could get a glass hood Panamatic Luna. They're about 17k Aussie brand new. You could get them cheaper in secondary grey market. It fills that German watch dress watch void, and it does have a Moonphase on it, so it kind of replaces the Frederick. But if you want the ALS, it's not gonna scratch that itch. So my advice to you, if you want the ALS, just wait, man. Like, you got a great collection. There's no need to get another watch in your collection, in all honesty. And if you're an enthusiast, if you're a collector, yeah, you could get the glass hood, you could keep getting pieces, but that ALS, look, I would just wait for it personally, if I was in your shoes. But I'm not you, so you can do whatever the fuck you want. Me, what I would do with your collection and your money, doesn't seem like you're short of $1. So what I actually would get is a root beer or a zombie two-tone, a Rolex GMT Master 2, because you don't have any gold in your collection. You don't need gold, but it would be nice to get gold. And as I mentioned, doesn't seem like you're broke or in any way. Looks like you have money and you make money. So why not get a root beer? A root beer, a zombie, go for about 30k Aussie in the secondary grey. GMT sorted, done. You don't have a Rolex in your collection, so I just get one of these Rolexes. Just be like, yep, I got a Rolex. I got a heavy hitty Rolex. And then I call it a day. But even though, look, even if you don't do anything with your collection, if you just keep everything as it is, that's a fine collection. This is an example of you're buying not because what other people are telling you is what's hot. You're buying shit because you like it yourself, and that's what it's all about. So I say to you, bruv, good collection. I like it. Even with the stuff I don't like, you know what? As a whole, I like it. Now that's the video. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.